Hey everyone, welcome to Plants and Politics. So there's been a twist in the Breonna Taylor case. As you probably know, only one officer was charged with wanton endangerment, but he wasn't even charged for her death. He was charged for basically shooting into the neighbor's apartment and endangering them. So apparently it was not okay that he endangered them, but it was okay that he endangered and killed Breonna Taylor, because his fellow officers who were there with him, and in fact, the one who actually fired the deadly shot, were not charged in any way, shape, or form. Well, new twist is that one of the jurors has anonymously requested that their deliberation and all of the information from the grand jury events be made public. So the anonymous juror has an attorney who came forward and is asking on their behalf to not only release all of the details, all of the deliberation, the information from the grand jury and what took place behind closed doors, but also to let grand jurors discuss the case publicly. This is being done because this grand juror feels that the prosecutor misled the public. So the prosecutor is kind of coming under fire, and for good reason, because he's seen as being very chummy with a lot of Republican lawmakers and Donald Trump. I mean, there's tons of pictures of him with Donald Trump and others smiling and so happy and hugging them. So the Attorney General is Daniel Cameron, and Breonna Taylor's family has said that they did not feel that he had her best interests at heart and that he was going to work to seek justice for her. And Cameron kind of indicated that all charges were on the table. He led the public and Taylor's family, Breonna Taylor's family, to believe that, this was just the grand jury's doing. This was what they came to. They decided not to bring charges against anyone else. It was their decision. So now he's finally coming out and saying, oh, well, yeah, we actually never put any charges before the grand jury on any of the other officers. But he didn't say that before, right? He led everybody to believe that he presented all the evidence and that the grand jury is that, not my fault. This is the decision they came to. They decided not to charge either of the other officers. And this anonymous grand juror is saying, no, she's, he or she is throwing the bullshit flag and saying, no, you never told us that that was even an option. Again, Cameron is, now coming out. Here's one of his quotes. Our prosecutors presented all of the evidence, even though the evidence supported that Sergeant Jonathan Mattingly and Detective Miles Cosgrove were justified in their use of force after having been fired upon by Taylor's boyfriend. For that reason, the only charge recommended was wanton endangerment. Breonna Taylor's boyfriend only fired a warning shot because he thought the house was being broken into. They just then indiscriminately opened fire, and Kenneth Walker was Breonna Taylor's boyfriend, and his attorney went on the record and said when he reviewed all of the evidence and all of the photos and then went to the crime scene, he said he'd never seen anything like it. There were just bullets everywhere. They just sprayed the entire area with bullets. Like there was no rhyme or reason to where or how they were shooting. So the judge has ruled that the recording of the grand jury and all details, everything included on that recording, will be given over to the judge. The judge has not yet said that they will release it publicly, But Cameron, the attorney general, is now saying, oh, we have no problem with it. We don't have any problem with them releasing it to the judge because, we're confident that what we did was proper. But he did caution. He is saying, he's worried because there are ongoing cases in regards to all of this. And he's worried that it could taint the jury pool for any matters related to that night and Breonna Taylor's death. I think he's trying to have it both ways. I think he's trying to play both sides, like, oh, yeah, go ahead. But, but it's really dangerous if you do. The complaint filed by this anonymous juror said that they believe that Cameron used the grand jury to, quote, deflect accountability and responsibility for his office's handling of the case. So we will see what happens. I'll keep you guys posted. Usually grand jury information remains very secretive. So we'll see what happens. But as always, guys, like, share, subscribe. I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Thanks for listening to Plants and Politics. The only way we can take our country and power back is to spread the truth and build an army. So remember to like, follow, subscribe, and share on Facebook, YouTube, and wherever you listen to your podcasts. Thanks again.